Do you ever feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? What would happen if you dropped one or two of your to-dos off your list? I'm guessing the world wouldn't fall apart. Now, I'm saying maybe one or two small things, not dismissing your children or quitting your job. Start small. Hi, I'm Kristen. Welcome to the See Your Wellbeing channel. I'm your energy wizard, inspiring and enabling you to sense, engage, and express more authentic energy and perhaps less pain in your life with Qigong. Today's practice comes from a subscriber request. So if you become a subscriber, you too can make a request for a practice that you're looking for. She asked me what to do, what specific exercises to do for shoulder pain. And at first, I was a little resistant. Why? Because Chinese medicine and the practice of Qigong more specifically really doesn't approach the body from the standpoint of, I need an exercise for my shoulders, from this kind of anatomical lens that the Western medicine, no fault at all. Let's say if I went to a physical therapist and asked them what to do for my shoulders. The way we look at it in Qigong is we look at the energetic imbalances. So the shoulder pain is a symptom of an energetic imbalance. That may be physical, it may be emotional, it may be mental or spiritual. And there's a lot of different approaches we can take for kind of the manifestation of pain in the body, because it's going to be, there's a different root cause for each individual. So today I thought I would share a practice with you that really focuses on releasing the stress patterns that tend to kind of express themselves in the shoulders and the neck. I know that's where I tend to carry my day-to-day stress, but we're going to release a fraction of it, and so that we can create space so that we can turn on this natural healing potential that every one of us has inside of us. Sound good? Let's give her a go. All right. So we're going to wake up the energy. So the idea is that, yes, I could get some kind of ointment or maybe take a ibuprofen to address the symptom of pain. But the wisest apothecary is inside of you. We just need to open the door. Knock, knock. Let's knock on the door of life. Soft bend in the knees. Turning from the hips and the waist. Relax your neck and shoulders. I'm going to give you 3 different positions for the neck today and the head in knocking on the door of life. First of all, just get into the motion, turning from your center, and the arms just wrap around in response to turning from the center. First, look over the shoulder, keeping the head upright as if the head were suspended by a golden thread from the clouds. So, notice the range of motion in the neck, and if at any point during today's practice you experience any pain, simply slow down, decrease your range of motion, and if the pain persists, just step out of that motion for a few minutes, take some deep breaths, try it again. Listen to your body. It's a lot wiser than me telling you what to do. All right, now gaze straight forward and continue to move, knocking on the door of life. This is a passive stretch for the neck, keeping your gaze fixed in one point straight ahead of you. You may not, quote unquote, feel much at this point, but this is bringing a lot of healing energy, breaking up tension into the neck and shoulders. final option for your gaze is to turn and look at your back foot, opposite foot. If it doesn't make it all the opposite foot, you can look at the same side foot. Gazing down. Yeah. Close your eyes for a moment, choosing where you want to place your gaze internally. Bring in this intention of saying goodbye to stress and hello to authentic energy healing inside of you. Slow it down. Slow it down. Whew. I didn't have you do it, but check in for a moment and notice if you feel any new sensations in the neck and the shoulders. No expectations, just notice. And it is said where your attention goes, energy flows. Notice the quality of attention that you are placing in the neck and the shoulders. If you're saying, oh gosh, darn this pain, guess what'll show up? So instead of asking you to step into this optimistic fairy tale land with me, maybe just get curious about what's going on as we do a few more movements. Okay? Curiosity is just a step away from that negativity. You might, again, not into fairy tale land yet. All right, this next one is called the Pendulum. I'm going to go slow with you first. Just watch, because I will be bending over. You might not be able to hear me as well. And you're going to go slow to begin. So we're going to bend at the knees slightly and turn a little sideways kind of angle for you. And then I'm just going to start to shift my weight side to side. And this might be my range of motion and my pace, and that's wonderful. It's a great one to open up the shoulders, allow the head to hang, and you can join me. And then as you're down, consider maybe shifting a little bit more side to side and allowing the arms just to naturally swing a little bit higher. Your gaze can stay down at the earth, or you can begin to look up at the top hand. Be very mindful with your range of motion. As I said earlier, if you're experiencing any discomfort or pain, slow down, decrease your range of motion, and maybe even pause and take a few breaths down. Swinging. Oh yeah. Whew. Yummy. Oh, tick-tock. Lubricating the neck, the shoulders, more specifically with this movement. You do take your gaze with it. That'll lubricate up the neck. Slow down. Slow down. Ooh, pause. We have to bring movement into those areas that have tension or tightness. We don't have to be very vigorous about it, but bringing movement in so we can unblock that energy. Let's go ahead and slowly roll up. Because oftentimes, not all the time, that pain is looking like a stagnation of energy. And if all we do is keep that, keep in that immobilized position, it's not gonna go anywhere. So I'm not saying, again, you have to be extremely vigorous or extreme range of motion, but start to get some movement in there, okay? I'm gonna give you a little bit more of a passive motion, or passive practice to bring some energy to the neck. I'm gonna turn sideways, and here I'm gonna clasp the elbows. If that doesn't work for you, clasp the wrists. Okay, you can clasp the wrists here. Just bring either your wrists or your forearms to your lower spine. And then here, drop the head, and we're gonna use the breath to bring some kind of lubrication or energy into the neck and shoulders. Draw the shoulders back, no matter your hand position. I'm going to take the wave breath, breathing in, the belly expands. Draw the breath up to the chest, And exhale through the nose, releasing the breath from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Drawing the shoulders back, just feeling a little bit more opening the back of the neck. Exhale. Lift the chin. Keep your hands in the configuration that you have them, either clasping your elbows or your wrists. And let's bring some motion into the neck now. We're going to do some slow neck circles. So drawing the chin down towards the chest and then over towards one shoulder, up, straight up, not back, and then down. Tuck the tail a little bit. It's going to help draw the shoulders back a little bit more. So we're creating an opening in neck and shoulders here. Feel free on this motion, when we go through some stretches, it's okay to exhale through the mouth, purging kind of that negative energy out of the neck and shoulders. Inhale. Inhale. Let's go in the other direction. Now you could start at any point during this practice, but I really encourage to start with some type of activation, like knocking on the door of life or tapping or shaking, and then going through a kind of warm-up like we did with the pendulum, and then you can move into the circulation like what we're doing here, and then we go into the flows. There's a kind of a method, if you will, an instruction order, if you will, for your recipe of healing. Oh yeah. Release. Shake out the arms. Oh, let's get a little lubrication. I've done this one in a practice before, and this is where the subscriber, I won't say her name, said, oh, that sounds like it would be great for the shoulders, and it is. This is just the shoulder lube, we'll call it. Sorry if that's not right. Sometimes there's just not a name, and you gotta go with what feels right to you, right? Step one leg forward, one leg back. So let's take left leg forward, right leg back, and then lean forward. We're gonna drop the left arm down inside the left leg and just give it a little shake. A little shake. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna roll that shoulder up and back. Shift the weight, allow the hips to turn in, roll up and back. And here we're gonna put a little nice golden oil or WG-40 into the shoulders. Yeah, that's my teacher's joke. But he probably got it from somewhere. Roll it in. Yeah. Wonderful. Now this one I will say, wake up in the morning if you are suffering from some shoulder pain. This one's a great one to bring in. But the element we can add with Qigong is this idea of creating a pathway for energy to flow. That pathway may start with your thoughts of, may I be healed? May I feel free and open in my shoulders? You might see that the shoulder pain is a manifestation of emotional energy, kind of sadness or grief, frustration, stress. Let's switch, step the back leg forward, front leg back. It could be a physical pattern, how you're holding yourself. Shift the weight forward, turn in with the hips. We know that a significant portion of ailments are rooted in stress or emotional distress. So it may show up as physical pain, and we can certainly address it on that level. But if that pattern of kind of emotional dysregulation is deeply rooted, it'll show up again. So invite in the attention to be open and curious about your pathway to healing. Oh, I forgot to shake it out on this side. We'll shake it out now. Shake it out. Shake it out. All right, step forward. Before we go into our flows, I want to show you a acupressure point that's great for the neck and the shoulder pain. This is small intestine 3. If you make a little fist, it is the little divot that's outside of the pinky knuckle on the ulnar side. We'll say the inside of the elbow here. So I'm gonna push in and give a little pressure. You might want to press and wiggle or press and circle. As we're doing this, let's go ahead and take the gaze, turning the head, keeping it upright, over the shoulders slowly. So this point is said to be the point that leads the way to healing in the spine, clears the mind. It's good for headaches. Pain in the shoulders and scapula. Opening the flow of energy to the spine. Let's do the other side. Make your little fist. You're going to feel that divot. It's pretty, that side's a little bit more sensitive than the other side, right? They're different. Just slow gaze. And I want you to be kind to yourself here and not say, well, she's saying all this stuff about being, emotional pattern that, I'm not talking about going into the depth of your childhood or anything right now. It's just recognizing we have these patterns in ourselves. And with practicing Qigong, it's inviting you to see that you're more than just this pattern you've taken on. To see that your body is gifted to be in balance, in harmony. You just have to do a little bit of practice to get there, right? All right, woof. Hello, neck and shoulders. Let's tap those points together. Be careful what countries you do this gesture in, okay? Stick with your home environment right now. Whew. Yeah. So when we release tension from the neck and the shoulders, we activate the flow of energy in the hands. That's when these meridians or rivers of energy can begin to flow as they were designed, as they were discovered, if you will. And we are designed to be in balance, in harmony. We do a little practice to get there, right? Okay, let's do a little neck massage. One more thing before we go into our flows. Interlace the fingers. I'm going to turn away from you and bring them right behind the back of the head. Right at the base of the skull. I'll turn sideways now, you know what I am. Right at the base of the skull. Give a little massage there. Interlacing the fingers gives you a little bit more leverage, and also gives a nice stretch for the chest. You can take it a little bit wider. Okay, a little narrower, just some information. Little narrow is kind of that point of thinking, decision making, just opening the mind. As you go a little bit wider, closer to your ears with your thumbs there, those are some great points for sleeping. And then you can come down the neck towards the shoulders. Use your intuition. I can tell you a bunch of information, but your intuition is likely to be more in tune than my information. All right, then little mama cat grabbing the back of the neck. You take that down to the shoulders. Yeah. Woohoo. Nice. All right, let's shake it out. A little flow. Shake it out. Inhale through the nose. Let's nice little exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Last opportunity before we flow to let go of any, just a fraction of your stress. Let's just say a fraction of your stress. Create a little more space for the healing to come in. Inhale. Slow it down. Slow it down. Notice what you feel. And those little light switches get turned on. And the pathways of energy begin to open up. It's undeniable that you have this invisible energy inside of you. Yes, I said it's undeniable. You feel it. You might feel buzzing, tingling, warmth. That's Qi. But if you're still skeptical, I love ya. Because so am I sometimes. All right, let's do a couple of flows to create some healthy energy in the neck and shoulders. This one is called Coming Home to the Heart. So we're going to glide the hips back, bring the backs of the hands in front of you, backs of the hands toward one another, and then as you stand up, the hands come back towards the heart. Open, swim around, and forward. Inhale as you draw the hands in. Exhale as the hands sweep around and in front. Curiosity. Maybe that curiosity is now taking a step towards openness to this energy. Open the door, allow it to flow. Sweeping around. And the shoulder has so many, it's one of the most, well, it is probably one of the most largest range of motion joints in the body. And therefore it's very vulnerable. But here in the flows, we build strength by moving slow and with intention. Now let's pause by the heart. We're going to try one arm at a time. Let's start with your right arm. The hips glide back and the arm sweeps around in front. Left arm sweep. Relax the neck. Taking any tension out. Doesn't mean bow forward, but relax it. Let go of some of the to-dos. Might get a little turn at the waist. Invite this healing energy into the heart. This source of joy, its power to heal. Let's do one more single on each side. And let's go back into the double. That beeping you hear in the background is my shoulders and neck saying, you hit the target right on. The body has magical powers to heal. Opening the door. Getting curious. Feel the spark. Bring the hands down, round in front. As if this is called lower embracing the tree. Palms face up, fingertips point toward one another. I'm going to do a movement called pulling up the earth. And this time I want you to think about inviting in energy that serves your higher purpose, your meaning, your why for waking up in the morning. I'm going to bring that energy in and around us. So soft bend in the knees. We're going to inhale, draw the hands up towards the heart. Spiraling the hands open, open, open out to the side. So pulling up this healing energy. Connecting with your intention in the heart, opening out and shining it down and around you. Creating this field of healing energy all around. Tap into it. You're part of that. So it's not only that we tap into nature's energy, healing properties, but we're part of that. You know? As we breathe out, nature breathes in. Think about that on your exhale. Exhale out. Send some healing energy to nature. Inhale. Invite in her out breath. Open. Pulling up the earth. The earth is a powerful source for healing. You know, it gives us its chosen energy. We can recycle the old and it turns it into something beautiful. Let's do one more. Open. Oof. Wow. I feel like I was just in a snow globe. Now let's do the opposite of that. Let's do pulling down the heavens with a little bit of a variation. So my hands are going to float out and around, up, backs of the hands toward one another, and then you're going to bring this healing energy from the heavens down, down, palms turn towards your face, and the pinky spiral, and then we release down. Inhale, backs of the hands float up, connect, draw this golden light of energy down, down, down into the depths of your physical being so that you can enliven your vitality, healing, today in the neck and shoulders. And if looking up does not feel comfortable, keep your gaze forward. If you need to modify your range of motion or slow it down, do so. You might be here. Awesome. Great. If you can increase the range of motion, give it a try, maybe for 1 or 2, and build over time. Once you get comfortable with the flows, you can build this practice into your daily life. Of course, I'd love to see you on the channel, but sometimes even stepping outside, especially in the springtime, can add to your mix of healing potency, right? Let's bring it down. Bring the hands, interlace the thumbs over the low belly, feet together. Close your eyes. Let's begin with focusing on the neck and the shoulders. And just notice what you feel in that space. And in your mind, or even out loud, you can say, "May I be healed. May my energy flow. May I connect with my purpose, my authentic energy." And draw that intention, that healing potential down to your belly, sealing it here. It's always available for you. I'd love to hear what you thought about today's practice and, from all aspects. And do make your requests for practices you'd like to see in the future. Comment below and be sure to subscribe and share this practice, because one of the other ways we can heal is by sharing our practice with others. May you be well.